Tarin has 120.
Tarin has 120. So, Tarin, is it safe to say that you're watching all angles to see their approach?
Yep.
Okay. Is the plan to launch an attack as soon as you see them, or is the plan to draw them all the way in first?
We want to wait until they're within silence and detect magic range, so...
Okay.
So wait until they're right on our balls, I guess.
Wait, silence and detect magic range? Or silence range?
Well, detect magic is longer, but that's... For Tarin's part, he's most interested in disabling their spellcasters first, but yeah, the plan is that the opening
detect
action...
magic's shorter.
Yeah.
The opening action should be Arik casting silence, in our opinion, if things go according to plan.
That's the thing, is because if we can detect their magic, they can detect our magic.
If they even have anyone with detect magic up. I mean, I'm hoping, again, I'm hoping the silence deals with that.
Go with green, and I guess we'll go with red.
And Tarin is coordinating silently over Mind Link with everyone in the fake caravan.
Okay. One at a time, fellas.
Look at these
Tarin,
guys.
you see them approaching from the south. They've circled around you. You see a lot of them.
Has the caravan gone up yet?
Yes, it just went up, and that was your cue to know to start looking around for their approach.
Okay.
Activate my ring.
Okay.
This is making me really nervous, you guys.
Yeah. That's a lot of mans.
Their formation is pretty loose. You see, they're all on foot. You see, and it's difficult to make out actual shapes or details because you're in dark vision, but dark vision is still, well, I'm going to count it as bright light because you've got a moon in the sky. It's a clear night. Let's not complicate things. Yeah, you see a loose formation of Silver Eye mercenaries. The leader, who you presume to be Palasum, is coming in from the south. They've clearly seen the caravan. They've clearly seen your fire from a long distance out. The mercenaries are all armed with a longsword. And they're all drawn. And behind them you see an informal line... Oh, one too many. No, I got 6. Okay. Of the snipers. And each of them is holding heavy crossbow. When Palusum stops, they do too. And none of you hear them approach. They're being very silent. Let me work out his passive perception real quick. I don't need to work out his passive perception.
Silent.
It's right here. He's not in range of detect magic, but he's I think silence can be thrown out to what, 120?
120.
Let me check my spellbook.
Palusu marches up to this position.
120 feet.
Okay. And yells out to you. Says, "Good evening, travelers. Send out an envoy that will treat with me." And you hear some cruel snickering behind him. And they stand at the ready.
Do you want me to go out?
Do you want to detect magic on them?
Yeah.
You're a crazy person.
Oh yes. I think this has been well established. I'll cast armor and then move out.
Okay, so you're going to cast armor first?
Yep.
Okay.
Make sure you look terrified.
I do.
Now, do we want to start on the initiative order right now, or do we want to let Tarin Seaton play out first before we jump in on Orphan's initiative?
I'll let Tarin Seaton play out first.
Okay.
Real quick before this gets ugly, what was Zook's, since Zook would have discussed this before going out to his position, what is Zook's signal? Just when first attacks or what?
Yeah, once he's basically on the silence spell, Arik will yell something when he casts it.
Okay.
Bricker, can I make a preparation while all of those guys are doing it?
Yeah. What kind of preparation?
I want to put up Stone Skin.
Stone Skin? Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'll move to about here.
Okay.
Now, Tarin's dressed, he has the livery on his armor hidden, so he just looks like a caravan guard.
Okay. You're not within range of detect magic of any of them from that position.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was double checking. The range is 30, right, or 15?
Detect magic, I thought was a 30-foot radius around you.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So
I
it'll
think I'm at
15
5,
out.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I think I have this one bookmarked.
Wait, no, a 30-foot radius
We're
would be
doubling
30 out.
Yeah, 30 out.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 30 feet. So
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
That's
yeah,
what I'm
so I
saying.
gotta
Right
move
now
about-
he's standing just outside of that range.
Yeah, I'll move to about there.
Okay.
And I'm just scanning quickly to see if any of them are carrying magical items, in particular thinking towards wands.
You don't see any. Nothing
Okay.
is glowing or radiating magic from this position. The horse eater looks you up and down as you approach, and he does not look any too impressed.
Does he have a hatchet, pray tell?
The hatchet? He does not.
Yeah.
He's armed with a glaive.
Oh, darn, because that's a missed opportunity.
Glaive.
Actually, I'm sorry, Tarin. Yes, his glaive is very magical.
Okay.
It looks not identical to Eric's, but it looks the same kind of design. It obviously came from the same family of elven weapon makers.
And but there are no people that have other magical items on them. Again, there's nobody with wands is the real thing I'm worried about.
Yeah, you don't see any.
Alright.
Just his glaive is radiating magic.
My glaive's better.
What a
He's-
poser.
Steps forward, kind of menacingly, and a few of his men step in behind his back. You see the crossbowmen take up position behind them. They level their crossbows at the at your caravan. Well, you don't have a caravan, but you know what I mean. He says, "So, what sort of goods are you moving, merchant?"
Adventures.
Silks, mostly. From Dunfoss.
They like the mention of the word silks. Silks are very valuable. Horse Eater says, "Well, I regret to inform you that we've come to collect a tax on your silks. Something in the range of 100%.
That's a pretty high tax.
He looks over at the caravan. Says, "How many are you?"
How many do we have actually that are visible? 5?
Looks like
Just the 4 of you.
Yeah.
4?
No, Khalil's here.
Four.
Khalil's here
Plus
as well.
me.
Yeah,
Plus
Yeah,
me,
I'm
so
here.
5.
Yeah, so 5 total.
Yeah.
yeah. So
Uh,
four back at there and you.
Just our merchant and 4 guards he hired in Dunfoss.
Any women?
One of the guards.
We'll have her too. And at the mention of that,
Garnet's thunderstruck.
the guards behind him look very
My
very
reputation Don't
satisfied.
mean shit out here.
Oh, they're
Aaron
gonna-
will look fairly apprehensive and just sort of start walking back with shrugging his shoulders.
And as you turn tail and walk back, he says, "Be quick now!" And everything
as
he
I'm-
says, the laughter from them behind you.
As soon as I'm within 30 feet of Arik, I'll say, I don't see any... I'll mind link Arik. I don't see any wands. I don't think there are any spellcasters. Let's light them up.
All right.
Alright, so that brings us to Orphan. You're the first action right now, Orphan.
Yep. Orphan's gonna come around. Let's see. Orphan's gonna come around to about here
Okay.
and not attack yet. But she's gonna come up here and look out at the guy.
Okay.
Just like to play along with the fiction that he's bringing out the women.
Tarin will, like...
Are you disguised at all? Or are you just wearing your robes?
What I said a little bit ago that I was wearing a cloak over my head and horns and everything.
Okay.
Yeah, so she's not obviously a Tiefling.
It's
I'll
it's
kinda,
a
like,
loose disguise. If you look closely, you could probably see that something's up.
Well, you have the benefit of dim light right now. And
Yeah, there's that.
they have difficulty seeing you from this distance. You see they're craning their necks at you. They can tell you're a woman because of your figure. But you've got the cloak hiding all of your Tiefling traits.
Tarin will sort of give her a resigned pat on the shoulder and then mind link, this is going to be fun.
So, Orphan,
He's a little pissed off at this point.
Orphan, action. Are you taking action or are you going to ready an action?
I'm gonna ready an action.
Okay, trigger and action.
I'm not sure that this is valid, so you'll have to tell me. 'Cause
Okay.
I'm not trying to like do more than I'm allowed to.
Sure.
Is charge a thing in 5e?
No, it's a feat.
It's a feat. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I mean, you can... If you take your full movement up, you don't have to necessarily attack. You can shove them to try to knock them prone. What charge does let you deal damage and shove them at the same time.
Oh, that's
Well,
right. Yeah.
what I was thinking was I wasn't sure I would be able to actually do two things on a trigger. So like I don't think I can move up and attack as a held action.
You can. Yeah, you can use part of your movement.
Okay. All right.
If you wanted to attack and charge, because you get multiple attacks, you can replace one of your attacks with, I forget what they're called in the book. There's a couple of them. There's like a shove, there's a disarm, there's a grapple, there's a couple of combat maneuvers that you can do. They're not called combat maneuvers, that's a fighter thing, but you understand what I'm saying. You don't have to attack, you can shove if you want, or grab, or throw them to the ground, or whatever you need to do.
Okay.
As far as movement goes, I don't think you have enough movement points to get all the way up there from where you started.
Yeah. I would have to. No, I don't.
Double movement.
So what I'm going to do is if anyone gets within melee range of me, I'll attack.
So anybody who enters your threat range, you're going to
Yes.
pummel them to death. Gotcha. And you see, just now that you're close enough, you can see the rank and file of these men, and they are forming up battle lines behind their leader. The two lines of mercenaries, and then behind them, these heavy crossbows. And basically everything on the map is within range of these crossbows.
Okay.
Now, they are making absolutely no effort whatsoever to sneak up on you or be stealthy. They really think they've got this in the bag. Eldove.
Or not be in fireball formation.
Forget fireball formation. I am going to wait for the signal,
Okay.
and then once the whatchamacallit goes
Now,
off,
what was the signal? What was actually decided was the signal?
Eric taking his turn.
Okay.
So
I
Eric
assume I was-
once
I was gonna-
once
was
Eric
gonna
does
yell
some magic
something.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eric was going to yell something.
I was
is what
going
we
to
said.
shout now.
Okay, so Eldove, you're readying an action for when Eric yells now?
Yeah, for when Eric yells now.
Okay.
And I'm just
do what
going
we
to
can.
drop a level 8 firewall right here.
Okay.
Can't we just go with
Actually,
what
I
we've been
think
going
I guess I'm
for
gonna
our
start
signal
here.
Zook.
for the whole thing? Been on the word Flumph.
Zook.
Sorry. On the word on the initiative, when all hell starts to flying, Duke is going to shoot the. Do I need to specify a target? Like, do I need to specify a crossbow target, or can I say the crossbow target nearest to me? Yeah, you know what's good. I'll
You
just
can shoot
say
nearest
this
one,
guy.
it's fine. So you're going to shoot
Yeah.
one of the crossbowmen?
On go, I'm gonna target a crossbowman with what I'm assuming will be a sneak attack, since I'm hopefully hopefully unnoticed right now.
Which was the ones that Amina told us had the horns?
Now that you're close
Oh.
enough, you can see that all of them are wearing horns.
But we're pretty far away from the village, so that's
Oh,
more
yeah,
when we
yeah,
attack
you're
the
not
village
you're not
itself.
within horn range of the village.
Okay.
Yeah,
They don't
I
have
just
anyone to
think
call.
it'll
As
be
far
good.
as you can see, they don't have anyone to call backup for right now.
All right.
That brings us to Arik.
All right. In that case, I'm going to cast Ice Storm.
Okay.
Its range is 300 feet, so they're clearly within range.
Very much
It
so.
is a 20-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder centered on a point within range. Each creature in the cylinder must make a Dex saving throw. Each creature takes 2d8 bludgeoning damage and 4d6 cold damage on a failed save, half as much as a successful one.
Okay.
And I will be casting it as a level 5 spell.
Okay. Go ahead and draw your radius. Pencil tool and
Pencil tool.
I don't know what Eldove's drawing down here. It looks like he's drawing like a connect
I'm-
floorboard or something.
I'm trying to be helpful, so I ended up drawing the actual physical wall and then the end of its damage radius.
Okay. Well, it's not. We're gonna do this ice storm first. So that's what you're shouting now, and then you hold up your holy symbol and mutter the prayer to Osprey, and this fishy odor fills the air as this ice
Are they
storm
being-
kicks up from nowhere.
Are they being pelleted with frozen fish?
That would be
Fish storm?
horrible.
Wait, not silence.
No, because I thought there were no
there-
spellcasters.
Yeah,
Oh, gotcha.
he saw no spellcasters.
Okay.
Bear with me 1 second.
And there aren't any.
It's a dex save.
Yep.
And just so we're clear, Brick, just to remind you, I can see invisible and through illusions at a range of 30 feet. So there's like an invisible spellcaster there.
Oh, there
I
wasn't.
would've seen
You
him.
didn't. You did not
Okay.
see any invisible people.
Okay.
Still rolling.
A lot of deck saves.
A lot of deck saves. Okay. So yeah, the ice storm kicks up. Why don't you go ahead and roll the bludgeoning damage, and then roll the cold damage separate.
Okay. Uh, 12.
Nice.
That's 20.
That's the bludgeoning.
Yes. Let me double check. I have an app for this. Yes, that is bludgeoning.
Okay, that's the bludgeoning, and then the cold damage should be
4.
Oh, you don't get an increase to cold damage level up, just the bludgeoning. That's kind of strange.
10.
Oh, the bludgeoning is
13,
bigger dice.
15.
It's actually nice.
An additional 15.
Additional 15? Okay, so 35 total. 17 if they saved.
And I shout, "No!" with my big, booming voice at the top of my lungs.
Okay, let me cut-paste a bunch of hit point totals here.
At this session.
I actually get to use a cool combat maneuver for this if I can get in close enough before that.
I have a feeling the leader's going to give us a bit of a fight.
Probably.
If we can just
Yeah,
get
but-
rid of his mooks, we'll be in better shape.
But the one that I want, like, I want to be able to take out some mooks.
Oh, go for it.
Khalil loves mooks. Alright, I have way too many people to subtract hit points from, so this
And
might take a minute.
Hailstones turn the storm's area of effect into difficult terrain until the end of my next turn.
Nice.
Nice.
Yes, that's a thing that happens.
Hail in the desert, gotta love it.
Well, we are next to
It's a good
Raiders.
thing.
This thing happens sometimes.
Well, it's a good thing none of them are trying to run away from something like a wall of fire.
Okay, calculator.
Just say they're all dead. It's cool.
Oh, I don't think any of them are dead, actually.
You win.
Flawless victory.
You all roll into town, and Arik slaps his dick on the table and says, "This is mine now."
Except he always misses with the front end, so he has to get him with the back end.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
You're painting a powerful word picture.
I am not going to touch that one.
With a 10
Yeah, we can all tell. You seem a little pent up. Alternate joke, neither will anyone else.
Okay, now the ice storm kicks up, and I mean, you've taken them totally by surprise. They were not expecting to get blasted with ice magic tonight. And Arik shouted out, "Now!" Threw up his holy symbol, spoke the prayer to Osprey. The familiar scent of fish permeates the air. And there's chaos and surprise in the ranks. Nobody more surprised than Pulasum standing at the front. So, Zook, you had a held action to fire at a crossbowman.
Well, I believe
From your
Eldove
rock.
goes before me.
Yeah,
Right?
but you're,
Do held
no,
actions go?
you go
do held
before
actions
Eldove
go-
because you're higher in initiative order.
No, he is.
No, I don't.
No, Eldove
No,
is.
I am.
Oh, that's true. But I'm going to do you anyway because yours should be a lot easier to resolve.
Well, I wanted to know if any of these, if the guy was going to die before I killed him.
Yeah,
Okay.
I might kill them.
You don't see
and then
anybody-
he
you don't see
wanted to
anybody
target
drop.
someone else.
You don't see anybody
No,
drop.
I'm saying it like when
I'm
I
telling
go,
Zook, you
I
don't
might
see
kill
anybody
the,
drop. Zook.
Okay, hold on. Let me get these out of the way. Alright, so I'm targeting crossbow dude closest to me,
Sure.
and I get to roll with advantage on this?
You are stealthed. Nobody has noticed you there.
That's a good thing. All right, so that's 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
Oh boy, here comes all the die. All right, so it is an initial 3 plus 6, so that's 9 plus 3. Damn it!
That's a lot of d6s.
I know, it's lovely. I love it. It's a beautiful thing.
And you put it right through his neck, and he drops.
Okay, it's not even doing the math at this point. Okay.
No, he didn't have that many hit points left.
But that's what I was worried about. I was thinking the wall of fire might take him out. Okay, anywho.
So yeah, Arik yells now, and as soon as you see his ice storm start kicking up, and you see some of these mercenaries start swatting ice crystals away from their face, you throw off your cover and stand up, and you snipe a bolt. Now you're using a short bow, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
you
all I have.
twang a short bow out there, and you get him right through the neck, and he collapses to the ground. And Eldove, you have an amazing held action.
This is gonna be hilarious.
Okay, so yeah,
Held action.
the wall of fire pops out. I'm not sure if it hits this guy, but it's
looks
definitely
he's
gonna hit
standing in
these
front of you.
three.
These three need to make dex saves. They all failed their dex save.
Nice.
Go ahead and roll the damage for that wall of fire. Then anybody who ends their turn anywhere here. Now I'm going to rule that out to here, these spaces are not going to be difficult terrain because you're stacking fire on top of hailstones.
Aw.
Melted.
Ends their turn or begins their turn or moves into it for the first time.
Right.
So they'll probably take it at the beginning of their turn.
If they stay in there, they will. If they end their
Well, that's
turn
what I'm
in the
saying.
wall
Because
of
like if I pop out the wall of fire, right, and they're in the fire, but then they move out of it from the end of their turn, they not take any damage from having been in it.
they do not, no.
Well, they take the damage when they enter it, right? They enter the area, because that's what happened when we were in the wall of fire. Like when this dude.
Well, you guys were in a
alive.
5-foot hallway and had nowhere to dex save to. Was the difference. These guys, if they had made their dex save, they would have jumped out of the wall back here and only taken half of the damage.
Let me ask
Right.
you this. Does it count as ending a turn if this is a surprise round?
Oh, this is definitely a surprise round. And
So they end a turn.
technically they do. They would have to end their turns there.
There you go.
Okay.
So I'm like, no,
well,
nobody
anyways.
can move. Actually, one of the... No, nobody's moved yet. You're going to burn all of them because their turns don't come up yet.
Anyways, I'm going to roll some dice. How
Yeah,
does that sound?
You should roll all of the dice. These three guys failed their dex saves, so they're going to get burned probably right now.
Alright, so I need some d8s. So let me just pull out some d8s, like a reasonable number of d8s, I'm thinking.
You need an unreasonable number of d8s.
You need a preposterous number of d8s.
Alright, now that I have a reasonable number of d8s.
Enough D8 to burn the world.
Two D8s are on top of each other.
Add that up. I'm not adding all
so-
those numbers up.
That's a really good roll too.
That's a lot of numbers.
Relatively good roll, yes.
12 plus, so that's 22, plus another 10, so that's 32, 40, 45, so 50 fire damage.
Okay, so yeah, the two guys that you caught, or the three guys you caught in the blast. I mean, you see them just immolate. You don't see any trace of them left.
Oh shit! I didn't add my spell attack bonus. Damn it.
You don't add your spell attack bonus.
Cool.
These remaining 8 guys will take damage this turn because they have no way to move.
It's a special dragon feat that I get to add my charisma to damage. Is that...
Orphan had a held action, but nobody's in her threat range yet.
But nobody's in my threat range, yeah.
Okay.
So now it's just...
Now it goes to Khalil.
It's Khalil's turn. Yeah.
Okay, so now that all that nonsense is done, and then more nonsense is pending. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7.
You can climb up onto this rock if you want. It takes 10 feet of movement to get up onto the rock. You don't have to move around it if you don't want to.
Well, nah, because I didn't want to climb on the rock. Because I want to get to start wading into melee here.
Cool. So did you double move? Was that it?
That was double move, yeah. So that's my turn.
Tarin.
Look at me!
So they all have to take damage again. So go ahead and roll damage for all these guys, Nodal. in the wall.
Alright, I tell you what, I'm just gonna pick up these dice and then drop them.
Well, make sure you
Also,
roll
I
them so we don't
assumed-
get all the same numbers.
Yeah. Oh yeah, look, I got 40. That was an easy addition.
Math would be easier.
Alright, so that's... You know what, I'm just gonna move them over. 2, 4, 18, plus 28, 36, plus another 8 is 42. Or no, 44, plus 5 is 49.
Okay.
Basically, what you're saying is get pooped on.
Yeah, they get pooped on on the order of 49 fire damage.
Nice.
Get pooped.
And these guys, you just see them. This wall of fire is erupted behind them, and they all just collapse from the heat and from exhaustion. They're not being immolated by the wall, but the heat is so extreme, being forced out from it, it just overcomes them. They all fall to the ground. Tarin.
Well, the fire crackles merrily.
I just
Now, does
got
your
it.
fire
Okay.
crackle
Awesome.
merrily?
It crackles merrily.
Okay.
Did you say it's Tarin's turn? Sorry, I
Yeah, it's
lost
Tarin's
power
turn.
there for a second.
Yeah, Tarin.
Okay.
Can
All right.
do
Totally
something.
Tarin's turn.
Hold on, it doesn't have. I'm not able. Oh, I have to sit down. All
You
right.
may have noticed a lot of guys vanished.
Jaina and Kalepas just took out an entire team.
I like the mental image that Tarin was like walking casually back to the camp, and now he's just turning back now that everyone's on fire.
Turn to here. I'll cast Hex on the leader. Oh
Okay.
god, that didn't do what I wanted. That looked cool. And then I'm gonna give him some star missiles.
Cool guys don't look at explosions.
What stat are you hexing?
Let's go with strength.
Okay.
Nice!
Wow.
Those are some good D20s.
Those all hit, and then the 20's a crit.
Okay then.
Poop on them!
Sorry, I lost my character sheet. Just give me 1 second. I have like 17 windows open to play this game, and they haven't all popped back up yet.
Sorry. What happened? Did
No,
your,
no. I lost power for some reason.
Oh, weird.
For like 6 seconds.
From Brick's
there we go.
thunderstorm.
1d10
So break.
plus 5 each. So that's 15 plus 40, 10. Oh, and then plus 3d6s.
Okay, so
Thanks.
just give me the total damage. He doesn't have resistance or anything, and all three of those
Sure.
hit. And
Just,
one
I
of
just
them
need
is
to
a
find.
crit.
I just need to find the 10 bucket. Give me a second.
What's your question, Nodal?
Why did are the Sandals questioning why they got up in the morning?
We told them
Like-
just to hit runners, so
And we're not leaving runners from the look of it so far.
I wouldn't
And
be
then this
surprised.
is plus 15.
Orphan's kind of wondering why she came too.
Jeez.
Yeah, just give me the total.
We
I'll
are
do it.
we are blowing all of our rolls right now.
Yeah, we're gonna roll like shit when it comes to the actual confrontation.
Operation Don't Let Orphan Take a Turn is very successful.
I deal 56 damage.
56.
Yes, and I push him back 30 feet. Hello, wall of fire.
What ends up happening is you blow him up off of his feet, and he disappears through the wall.
Okay, so
Wait, is he
question.
entering it for the first time? Do I have to roll some damage?
Yes, you do.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, you might as well.
Guys, is the goal still to take this guy alive, or are we just trying to wipe him out now?
No,
Was that ever the goal?
I didn't know the goal
Yeah,
was
that
ever
was
to
the
take
goal.
him alive. That was the goal. You all failed miserably. Well, you could try to have Arik raise him, I guess.
Oh, that
That's
could
a
be
lot.
fun.
Add that up.
We could speak dead.
Yeah, you can speak
Oh,
to
that's
that.
really easy to add. Look at all those 5s. So that's 25, 28, 36, 41. Plus 5 is 46.
This is wow.
46?
We have never
Okay.
rolled like this ever. This is weird.
From behind you, these 4 elves throw off their cloaks and open up a volley of arrows.
That's adorable.
Miss. Miss. No, that's a hit. Miss. Miss. 6, 7. Okay. And damage. And they fire off a volley of arrows. And the shafts just land all in the sand Some of them disappear into the wall of fire. You hear one man shout. One of the crossbowmen takes an arrow.
Adorable.
That was pretty adorable.
I like that they just needed to take a pot shot. Like, fuck this shit.
And Orphan.
All right. Is Eric's hailstorm an ongoing effect? Like, will I
No.
get hurt if I run in there?
No.
Until he won't hurt you, but if you step on any of the orange spaces, I'm going to
That is
erase
difficult.
this. These
It's difficult
spaces count
terrain.
as difficult terrain.
There's
These
6,
orange
7,
spaces here.
10,
You have all the movement, so
14, 15, 16.
Yeah, if anyone's gonna get
Yeah.
caught in difficult terrain.
All right. Orphan's gonna move and bonus action move Step of the Wind up to here.
Okay.
And actually, that takes a key point. So, sure, whatever. Let's make it here. And she's gonna spend another key point to do 3 attacks.
On multiple guys or one guy?
These multiple guys possibly. These 2 archers.
The one you're standing next to right here, he's got an arrow sticking at him, and he is looking very bad. He's looking very wounded. From this square,
Alright,
you
let
can
me-
reach all 3 of these. They're all within your 5-foot range.
Okay.
Tidy this up a little
I'll
bit, I
go
suppose.
for that dude first.
The guy with the arrow?
Yeah.
Okay.
push him over.
Right. So that's a. Let's see. Is that a 23 or? That's a 24. Does that hit him?
23? Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Very much so.
24.
24?
Yeah.
There's only 20
That'll
sides
do.
on the die, Nick.
So
That'll do.
24 doesn't hit.
Damage.
How much?
10.
10? And you knock him flat on his ass. He's gone. You
Well,
bring back with your
yeah.
first strike. I mean, he's just overwhelmed with the ice, and you feel the cold on your hand where you connect with his skin has been frostbitten.
All right. Here's the other 2 on the other archer.
Okay.
One is a 28 and nat 1.
That one's not going to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. So that's a 13.
And you finish him off
On
as
the other.
well.
Nice.
Goodbye.
No more archers.
And you feel the ground beneath you. It's a strange sensation because these hailstones are slippery, but they're embedded in the sand. Makes movement very difficult getting up there. But you start raining down blows on the 2 crossbowmen who were just about... The one was about to get his bearings and fire. The other one was dealing with an arrow sticking out of his side. And you plant both of them down in the sand. That brings us to Eldove.
Eldove has some damage.
What does Eldove
Let's
do?
let's play Eldove can't draw a circle.
Uh-oh.
It's a fun game where Eldove can't draw a circle.
There should be like a circle drawing tool.
Yeah,
there
really
really
should
should
be.
be.
There should be.
I think I recommended that on some sort of form somewhere.
There should also be built-in character sheets, but I think they said they were working on that in one of their builds.
They did say in this update that there's easier deck searching, so you might be able to use those spell cards, but I haven't checked it out yet.
Everybody has the app installed now, so I think that's good.
I mean, unless it displayed on the table somehow, that would be interesting for the audience, then I wouldn't worry too much about it.
Scale
That's
of 1
the
to
worst circle I've ever drawn.
yeah, I was gonna say,
but it
chat.
gets the
Scale
point
of 1
across.
to 10. How was Eldov's circle? Like,
It's an egg,
-6.
but it gets the idea
it
across.
does. So you're aiming the circle in a place where you're gonna hit these 5 guys, but not Orphan.
Right.
Okay,
Basically.
I'm
I
picking
should've
up what you're
just
putting
said
down.
that. I should have just said that like manually. Like
That's fine. That's fine.
just imagine the circle. It's a circle of the mind.
You're good. You're good. What is happening inside this circle?
Chaos. Death.
Flames
A
inside of their
large
face.
fireball.
Okay, so fireball exploding. They'll get
Oh,
like,
and it's a level 6 fireball, so it's golden fire.
and what is your
overkill?
what is your spell save DC?
My spell save DC is currently 18.
18.
360 no scope.
They're all rogues with evasion. They all just like
Go ahead.
do
Roll,
like 6 wins.
go ahead and roll damage.
Alright. Okay. Let me take out a reasonable amount of d6s.
I had a reasonable amount
There's
on this
already
table
so many d6s on the
Yeah,
table.
yeah. There's already like
Oh,
a
God.
reasonable amount of d6s.
I'll move the others so we don't get confused.
I'm
Yeah, I
not
had
worried about
8
being confused. I'm worried about drowning in d6s.
I feel like almost like
you're gonna have to let McDohl flip the table after this.
I know, right?
It's easier to take new d6s because that way I
Whoops.
don't.
Yeah, see,
I
that's
don't
what
take
we
too
didn't
many
want
or
to
too
happen.
few.
It's alright, I'll put them back.
All right, so that's
Here, hold on. I gotta.
2. Oh,
There.
I was counting numbers.
I'm sorry, but McDohl took all my archers off the table.
I was putting them back. I
I'm
was clearing the
re-rolling.
dice.
I have a funny feeling this number doesn't matter that much.
No.
It may yet.
It matters to me. So that's 16 plus 6 is 22 plus another 6 is 28, 34, 36, 38, 40 plus 5 is 45. Fire.
45? Okay.
Now I have to delete that circle. Not concentration.
You have to delete your wall, don't you?
No, that's concentration. That bitches out.
Yeah, but you're casting on a spell, right?
No, it's only a
Yeah, but I
concentration spell.
Concentration breaks concentration.
Oh, gotcha,
Casting a
gotcha.
spell doesn't break concentration.
Okay. Sorry, I don't think I've ever played a spellcaster, so...
Orphan.
Uh-huh.
You feel the heat of this fireball explode right in
Just
your
like, what
face. And you watch all of these guys who are there. You've totally routed them. They've lost their commander. They've lost their crossbow backup. They're looking around. You can see they're starting to break. They're starting to panic. And then this fireball explodes on top of them. It's too much for the one to take. The one in the middle is totally immolated, and he collapses to the ground. The rest look like they're about to break and run, but they don't look like they have much left in them anyway. Zook!
I wish I had something that could hit more than one person at a time.
There's so many of us between them and their next turn.
So, how is this guy looking? The one that's right in front of Orphan?
Bad. Very bad. I mean,
you just
his
wanna
jaw's been dislocated. He's been lit on fire. He's had...
Do you just want to say I sneak attack him? Because that's what's going to happen.
You might miss.
I might miss.
You might miss.
Now, here's my question, too.
Okay.
I know that I already took a shot, but I'm also way away from him. Do I still have advantage?
You don't have advantage because you're not stealthed. But you get your sneak attack because he's standing within 5 feet of an ally.
No, I know that. But, okay, so that'd be 22 to hit,
Yeah, that
23 to
hits.
hit.
That hits.
Okay.
Don't bother rolling. He only had 1 hit point.
Okay.
Oh,
Zook
you
is
kill
like,
stealer. This is the dragon all over again.
Zook is
I
kill
know.
stealing.
I'm kill stealing like a motherfucker.
And as soon as Zook looses his arrow, the 2 elves on this center rock pop up out from under their cloaks.
It's like, is that thunder?
Something somebody's just breathing heavily into the microphone.
Or maybe it's a fan that's hitting the microphone.
And they put a couple arrows into the one standing next to Orphan. And now it's just the one man standing there. And he's looking very haggard, badly bruised. The other 2 just went down with arrows. The night is silent, but for the roaring wall of fire.
Do we want to take one alive?
No.
Okay.
No.
Have at it. That was out loud, by the way.
No, hostages can be scryed. Let's just take them out.
And then it's the elves down here next to Zook. As soon as their brethren in the center of the field fire, they fly up and do the same. One of the arrows finds its mark. Puts the last one down in the sand. Now Orphan is just standing here looking at this pile of bodies in the field. And it's very quiet again.
Orphan.
She
I
looks
dropped
back
the firewall.
over at Tarin and
Okay.
gives a sign.
You drop the firewall. You see the body of Horse Eater laying some 10 feet beyond it where he was shoved by Tarin's eldritch blasts. His glaive has clattered out of his hand and is laying in the sand next to him.
So do you want a new glaive? Or like, is the one you currently have pretty good?
I like the one I currently have, but
Well-
I'll take a second glaive. Can I dual
Let's,
wield the glaives? One in each hand?
You cannot do... No.
Well, even...
Huh?
Yeah.
Do we want to identify that glaive? Then on the off chance that it's better, probably isn't.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
well, we're gonna identify it no matter what because we're gonna sell it.
But
Okay.
Anyway, let's just make some shallow graves, get them covered in sand, so it's not immediately obvious if you're looking at this magically, and then prepare
Well,
for
let's-
attacking the compound.
The sand
Flip
elves
the
stop
bodies.
you. They tell you not to bother. And anything you try to bury in the desert doesn't stay buried long. They recommend you
Okay.
burn them.
Okay.
If you don't, if you don't need the bodies for anything, they recommend you burn them. Zook.
Are there any loot to be spoken for on the bodies?
Sure, they're all carrying long swords. The crossbowmen had heavy crossbows. Palushim had his elven-made glaive.
Other than the but no coin or anything interesting on them.
No.
I know there's no magical items because we already scanned for that other than the glaive.
Nope. You find
Do
no
the long
coin.
swords have any value?
You have no idea. They don't look like they're of particularly fantastic make. They look like just standard issue longswords banged down to forge somewhere. You might be able to sell them for their street value.
Well, then let's set to burning the bodies and plan our next move.
Okay.
Redemption comes with his elves after dismissing the illusion of the wagon. Says, well, the fireworks have been launched, but now you'll have to work fast. What's your next step? So when Palasum doesn't return in the morning, they're going to know something's wrong.
Right. I'm thinking we hit them dressed up and hit them first thing in the morning, or...
Just in case, we take one of the horns.
Good idea.
Okay.
For distraction.
Now, you're about
I think we.
a half a day's travel, maybe a little more, maybe a little less. If you take a long rest before moving in, you're giving them a lot of time, because that's 8 hours where you're in position and not moving. You could take a short
How
rest and move
distinctive-
immediately.
How distinctive are their cloaks?
They're not particularly. They're
Are
not.
they wearing anything that identify? Like, are any of them carrying anything in common?
They have nothing value. Nothing of value. I mean,
I mean, what he's
yeah,
saying
okay.
is like, what he's saying is he's looking for something to disguise.
Yeah, did their cloaks have like
with.
a sigil or something on them?
now you see, in that particular parlance, you would pronounce it sigil.
God damn it.
See, now you just look dumb coming and going. Yes, they are all wearing a particular sigil, but not all in the same place. They don't have uniforms as such. They're not an organized militia, but somewhere on their persons, they all are carrying. Some of them have them tattooed. Some of them have it painted on their flesh. Some of them have it like scratched into a shield. The sigil of the Silver Eye.
Okay, so not a huge deal. Got it.
Zook, just as a matter of course, will take one of the patches of the Silver Eye, just in case.
In case you're going to rip it
Saving
off
up
one
our
of their
merit badge.
one of their cloaks or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, again, I have one option if we want to let them know we're coming. I can use a scrying spell from a mile away, try and ID some of their casters, and then hit them up with dreams. Other than that, I'd be all for. I mean, I don't have any resources. I know both of you guys burned some spells, but I'm still at full power.
We can do a sending to Amina to give them rogue orders.
Well, I think
Do you think the idea of take out the snipers around the as many snipers as possible around the manor?
on our signal, yeah, I think if what we want to do is probably I can do a sending to the daughter and have her march in at the same time. We can hit them from both sides.
Do we want to have the rogues do anything else, or do we think that's going to be enough? I don't know what else we could have.
Can we see the Eudach village map again, Brick?
Yep. I will grab it.
Rabbit.
I mean, I'm
And-
thinking if we come in from the south, we can just storm the main compound, and the daughter's troops can try and take the. Once we go in first, so they have a nice big distraction, then daughter can try and take the guardhouse.
By our current information, by the way, how much of their force did we just get rid of?
The rogues that Zook sent in, they had trouble getting an exact count because they were trying to stay surface level. They were trying to maintain a cover. Their guess was between, what did I say, 25 and 30 foot soldiers per company, and maybe half as many snipers. And they said they were not able to discern the difference between a mage and a mercenary. They look relatively similar. Like I said, there's no uniform, but the mercenaries are all carrying long swords. They said they were able to identify mages because they detected a couple of them carrying wands.
Now, these rogues can possibly use some low-level wizard spells.
Within reason.
Yeah, it has to be in the illusion sort of school.
And it has to be a very low-level illusion spell, because any of these rogues with class levels are not going to have very many class levels.
Can you give me a limit, actually?
Sure.
Let me look at the Trickster. They learn level 2 at 7.
You will have nobody level 7.
So at most, level 1 illusion spells. Okay.
Yeah, you'll get access to one level 1 illusion spell.
So we're talking minor
within
illusions, prestidigitation. Do a fog cloud, but that's.
Don't arcane tricksters have a second school too, like transmutation or something?
God, I have not. I meant to study more about this, so I'd kind of have an idea of what we have.
They know 2 spells from enchantment and illusion.
Enchantment.
And they can know another one outside of that. But it's all going to be something random.
But they're all from the wizard spell list, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, the other one that they would have picked up would have been Detect Magic, because you know they've been using that.
Right.
Alright, so yeah, they know an enchantment spell, an illusion spell, and Detect Magic.
Detect Magic is divination.
Yeah, I mean,
so
for the most part, I think having them try to kick out the snipers is probably going to be their best use. Unless someone has a really good idea. They don't have blindness, deafness, cloud of daggers, all that really cool stuff is either out of their field or second level or both.
So are you going to risk a long rest and then contact the daughter, or are you going to contact the daughter and march right away?
Well, here's the other thing I was going to say. I don't need a long rest. There's
Right.
absolutely nothing I can gain from a long rest at this point, and I think some of us may be in the same boat.
Yeah,
I
the only ones
burned
who,
one.
yeah, the only people who burned spells were Tarin, or were Arik and Eldove.
And I only
Right,
burned one.
So what
I burned
if,
a couple, but I can deal with it.
so
Okay.
so those of us well, I was going to say those of us who don't need a long rest could go straight to the village. Those who do need a long rest could rest and then teleport to the village.
I don't think anybody needs a long rest then.
Okay. Fair enough.
So
Wait.
I'll need a short rest.
No, he has a good point. How far away from the village are we?
About half a day.
About half a day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
the daughter's
I can
about
just
halfway north.
sleep here and then teleport to the village.
Yeah.
That works.
Is that the plan?
And
Yeah.
then so
So
we're
right
going to tell
now, okay. So right now I'll send a sending to the daughter and tell her that we're planning to march on the place. Is daybreak? Does that give us 8 hours to rest? 9 hours to rest? When would be a good time if I want to the half day march? So like when is that? Like I wanted to
If
be
you
there a
march
little
right
bit
now,
after
you'll be
we-
there at sunup.
Yeah, I'll say like that you should be prepared to attack it shortly after sunup. We'll go in first. She'll know when the commotion starts, and she'll have orders to take the guardhouse.
Wait, why send a sending? I can just teleport to her and then sleep there.
Okay. So we're gonna come in from the south, though. Does that sound good to everybody? To try and take the manor house. Or
Sure.
What's our
Sounds
plan?
good.
Because if you're gonna teleport, Eldove, we have to make our plans now.
Why? I can bring you all with me.
We have a bunch of elves and whatnot.
Yeah, I figured I'd be coming up with the elves because I'm also going to try to go in stealthy. So I figured some of us should come from the south, and then the rest of you, if you want to come from the north with the other guys, that's fine, Eldove.
All right, yeah. Give me as much information. Like we'll come up with this all now. Like, we'll make our battle plans,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll teleport to her and tell her all of it. And
So we need at least just one person. It doesn't have to be anybody super important. It can just be one of the mercenaries or archers to take that horn that we took and go somewhere far, like
Let's.
to
How about,
a corner of the village or something.
well, I'd say go east of the village because that's where neither force is planning on attacking from.
Well, you all
If you said-
you can all draw, so if you need to.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. So if we
What if we put it by the water source? Yeah.
Yeah. So if we blow just like one guy blow a horn here to try and divert people away, and then he can just run off.
That sounds like a rogue job. If we can spare a rogue from sniper slashing, I don't know how much rogue.
I don't know that we have time to get.
You have no idea to get a horn
to
to
the
one
rogue
of them.
though.
Yeah. That's the thing is we have the horn.
Yeah.
Maybe have a
Give
stand
it
elf
to
do
me.
that. Do you want to blow it and draw a shitload of people to you, or you teleport away?
Who are you asking?
I'm asking Eldove what his
Okay.
plan would be if we
I'm
gave
saying
him
if
the
you
horn.
want me to give it to someone to blow it,
Mhm.
I mean I can give it to any number of people back at the camp.
Is this Fred's big moment to shine? I don't think Fred. I think Fred is more useful than that.
Well, I was thinking we could give it to one of the elves because they
Yeah, I think the
presumably
elves-
could get away quickly. And,
I think
and
an elf would be the best bet. I think Fred should probably follow the Daughter's Company as relief since he can heal people.
'cause
Plus,
I don't
that's where he
think-
is.
yeah. I mean, a rogue would be nice, but I don't think we have the means or the time to get it into a secret person's hands.
I like that. So then they do that, and then what? We wait 5 minutes and charge in ourselves from the south, and then another 5 minutes later, the Daughter's Company comes in from the north.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, and we'll tell the rogues when the attack begins, and they'll know it because we'll start flinging magic that they are to take out the snipers, as many as they can, and are willing to. Hopefully, they'll be willing to.
Always difficult to tell with these types.
If we do ascending to Amina, I assume that's how we've been communicating with her, sending in dreams, right?
Yeah. You can dream to her tonight because we're gonna take a long rest.
No,
or you can go
Zook.
with Eldove.
Unless
Okay,
Tarin's casting Dream on you and having you go into her dream, you are not sending sendings to Amina because she won't talk to anybody else. They're not in the guild.
Okay, so if I do it, so tonight I'll contact her through dream,
Okay.
and I want to know if she thinks that plan is plausible for the rogues.
Wait. So I'm going with you then back to the
Yeah,
camp,
No. I'm going to do ascending.
and then Tarin would have to come too because he has to cast Dream on you. Otherwise, if we're taking a long rest, why am I teleporting back?
Does dream
First
have
question
to be on
is-
a long rest, or can it just be on a short rest?
Dream is up to 8 hours.
Up to, but it can just be like a nap.
Tarin can cast Dream after a short rest and get it back. The thing is, she needs to be sleeping.
Right. Yeah, I'm just saying we don't need to take a long rest. The whole point is we're going to come up from the south.
So first question, are you guys taking long rests?
Yes.
Yes, everybody's taking a long rest at the place where at your current camp?
Or
That
are we
sounds good to me.
teleporting too?
Eldove,
That
you're the
sounds-
one that's doing all the teleporting.
Yeah,
I'm not teleporting at all if we're taking a long rest.
Okay.
The only reason I was teleporting was to avoid you guys having to take a long rest and take the time.
Wait. The point was, if we take a long rest at the place we're at now, by the time we get to the village, they'll be alert,
They'll be
right?
prepared for you, yes.
Right. So we need to walk. We need to
Okay.
walk or teleport.
I thought
And
it was that. Okay, sorry.
So I was saying, those of us who don't need a long rest could come from the south. Those who do need a long rest can teleport to the camp and then come from the north.
I thought the idea
Yeah,
was
'cause
after
you-
the long rest, he would just teleport right back to us, like at the south.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Was that right, Nodal? Or
Well, I mean, how far away is the south?
we'll probably
It's like 10 minutes, right? It's just around the other side of the village that you're going to attack from.
yeah.
So I
But
can just
going around-
teleport there, take a nap, and then walk around the village.
So, I'm still confused with what the plan is.
Yeah, me too.
Me too. I am
Me
very
too.
You guys got to come up with something concrete.
Okay. Those of everyone who's not Eldove, because Eldove's taking a long rest because he wants to get his spell charges back, right?
Mhm.
Because I don't have spell charges, so I thought that Zook would be walking back to the position at the
Tarin
south.
only needs short rests, so he's walking.
Right.
Yeah,
And I was
I just-
saying that
same thing for me.
since we're walking through the night, at some point, like when we get into position, Zook could take like a short rest and dream to Amina. It doesn't have to be a long rest. It just needs to be she just needs to be asleep. So it's still the middle of the night, so he can dream to her.
So who
Right.
all is marching north right now?
Orphan.
Khalil.
Tarin.
Arik.
I think everyone. We're bringing the bards, and we're bringing the bard And is Elves with us?
Yeah,
So I
redemption.
think it's everyone but... That's right, Redemption. I think it's everyone but Eldove, right? Eldove, you're resting and then... Teleporting?
Yeah, no, I'm not teleporting to you because I can't teleport to you. I can teleport back to camp because I've been spending the whole friggin' time in camp. Like, I have something from camp that I can get there. In order to teleport to you, I would need something from a clearing south of the village, and I don't have anything from that.
Also,
Well,
you can't leave
could you
Eldove
come to-
alone and let him. He can't take a long rest by himself. He does not have
Well,
security if he's taking a long rest by himself. Someone has to stand guard.
I'm
over
gonna,
him.
I'm gonna sleep in the campsite.
I was just gonna put him in a demiplane.
Why would you put me in a demiplane? No, I'm
I thought-
teleporting. I'm teleporting back to camp.
To the
I'm
dark.
gonna
Okay.
give them all the battle plans that we made, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna then take a nap in camp
8 hours long rest.
for 8 hours long rest in camp.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna go around the village with our scouts and meet up with everyone when they're coming from the south of the village.
Does he have time
Okay.
to do all that? I guess is the question. And
Yeah.
And the only reason I'm doing all this is because you guys said it was half a day to get back.
Well, half a day is 8 hours march. So by the time your long rest is complete, they will be arriving in the village.
Right. So all I'm doing is taking 10 minutes to walk around the edge and meet up with them.
So when you say the camp, whose camp are you talking about?
I'm talking about the daughters.
The daughter's half day's march to the north. She
Well, then
remember-
where's everyone attacking from?
That's up to you.
Then yeah, guys, this plan doesn't work at all.
Okay. So we'll just send right now and say that we're going to we'll still do the horn thing. We'll still give one of the sand elves the horn, and we'll just do the plan right now. We'll just march and say there'll be a horn call from the east. That's a distraction. We'll come in from the south a few minutes later. A few minutes after that, you try and take the guardhouse. We should have drawn off most of their heavies.
Who are you sending to?
The daughter.
No response.
I've met Amina now, right? Like I talked to her in that.
she was there, and you
Yeah.
know her as the second in command, so you
Yeah,
can do
no,
a sending to
that's-
her.
Yeah, so I'm
on
gonna
this level.
then I'll do a sending to Amina. That's my last spell slot.
No response.
Well, do we after we mark? Can we take 10 minutes to cast Dream on me so I can try to talk to Amina?
I need an hour rest now. I'm out of spell slots. Like we have that short rest still, but
Yeah.
she
Can
might not
you-
be asleep. I don't know.
Can you try sending again in the morning?
Yeah, after we take our. I mean, again, I need a short rest to get my slots back. That's it. So
Okay.
Okay.
So we're gonna get to our position south of the city, south of the town, and take a short
Yeah.
rest before we attack.
Right.
Except the problem is they don't know we're attacking, or they do and they haven't responded. I don't know why.
or
Or
they're
they're all dead.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
possible.
You don't have any
Well, there's-
sendings prepped, do you, Eric?
There's no reason for them to respond. Not for
What's that?
brother.
You don't have any. You don't have any way to contact them magically, do you?
I don't have sending prepared.
Okay.